Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about a research paper titled Look in the Mirror, Attacks on Package Managers. This paper discusses the security of package managers, which are important tools for installing and managing software on computers. All right, let's start by talking about package managers. There are tools that help us install, update, and manage software on our computers. Some examples you might know are apt, Yum, Pacman, and Portage. What they do is automate the process of download and installing software, which make our lives much easier. Now, package managers are really important. They help keep everything on your system up to date and make sure all the software works together smoothly. But here's the catch. They can have security problems. Even though they come with security features, there are still some weaknesses. For example, one problem is man-in-the-middle attacks, where an attacker might intercept the data being transferred and change it. Another issue is the malicious mirrors, where attackers can control the servers that distribute software and send you the old or harmful versions. And lastly, sometimes outdated packages are installed, which can contain the security vulnerabilities. So, while package managers are super useful, we still need to be aware of their security risks. Now let's look at the goals of this research. The main aim of the research was to analyze the security of popular package managers. These researchers want to see how secure these tools are and understand where the weaknesses lie. Another goal was to identify existing vulnerabilities and attack methods. This means that they want to find out exactly where attackers can exploit weakness in the package managers and cause harm. And finally, the researchers want to propose solutions for improving security. After finding the vulnerabilities, they suggested ways to make package managers safer and harder to attack. As for the scope of the study, the research evaluated 10 package managers, including well-known ones like apt, Yum, Pacman, and Portage. They focus on how security mechanisms in these package managers work and how they impact their effectiveness in preventing attacks. So, in short, the research looked at both the weakness and the solutions for the most popular package managers used today. The researchers found several security issues in package managers. First, there are man-in-the-middle attacks, where attackers can intercept and change the data being sent and messing with the software you download. The malicious mirrors are a problem, where the attackers control servers to send out outdated or harmful software. And there's also the issue of replaying old versions of software that have known vulnerabilities. And finally, attackers can mess with dependency, installing extra unwanted or harmful software along with the intended one. The research also showed that no package manager is full secure, even though some use security features like package signatures, and there are still gaps and attackers can happen. Finally, the package managers are not perfect, and there's room for improvement to make them safer. And let's talk about package signatures. Package managers like Yum and Ampine use signatures to make sure the packages you download haven't been changed, and this helps keep the software safe. But these signatures only protect the individual packages. They don't secure the metadata or root metadata, which leaves some gaps. And there are three main problems. First one is replay attacks can install old insecure versions. And second one is dependency attacks can add harmful extra software. And finally, analyze data attacks can crash the system with too much data. To fix these issues, we can add metadata verification and use root metadata signatures to stop replay and freeze attacks. These improvements will make the package managers more secure.
Now we are going to look at a real-world research example, specifically the package manager Thorpe. We are going to modify the package manager Thorpe and add root metadata signing feature to it. By combining the root metadata signing feature and the signed package metadata or signed package feature, those both features are redundant, so it's a either-or situation. You don't need both. By using those two features, we can make a package manager to obtain a high degree of security, but also not implementing a great deal of performance impact. In the next example, the research paper set up some popular Linux distribution under a fake organization to study the vulnerability of their package manager. In the SUSE Linux Enterprise, it has the best security with no external mirrors and proper HTTPS usage. In the OpenSUSE Linux distribution, it has strong protection against malicious mirrors, but is vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attack. Similar to the OpenSUSE Linux, Ubuntu is more dependent on security repositories, making them more vulnerable to outages. In the real Linux distribution, it has no external mirrors, but is also vulnerable to man-in-the-middle attacks due to a flawed HTTPS design. In the Cent and Fedora Linux distribution, they are highly vulnerable to endless data and redundant dependency attacks. Fedora allows targeted attacks based on IP range. To summarize the vulnerabilities of package managers in popular distributions found by the research paper, using centralized repository and HTTPS with proper validations can significantly increase their security. Distributions using external mirrors are more likely to be attacked, including relay endless data and redundant dependencies. Man-in-the-middle attack remains a significant issue in many of these distributions, which means the attacker can hijack the data between the user and the accessed servers. The final example in the research paper analyzes a potential attack on CentOS Mirror. Package managers that requires consistent snapshots can significantly reduce their vulnerabilities. Mismatched vulnerabilities are more dangerous as they allow the attacker to exploit different package sets. Enhancing security mechanisms such as metadata signature can increase their protection against relay attacks. Even a small number of vulnerability existing in the package can lead to a substantial number of clients being compromised. By looking at these package managers from popular Linux distributions, the research paper concluded that using package managers with robust security features can mitigate their cybersecurity risk, and implementing snapshots requirements can reduce mismatched package vulnerabilities. And it is also very important to consistently monitor mirrors for suspicious activity, and it's also important to encourage the end user to verify their package integrity before implementing it.
Now I want to talk about the suggestions in the essay. First, support HTTPS and check certificates. It can help to prevent a man-in-the-middle attack from an outsider. Secondly, validate administrator credentials, which can help to prevent untrustworthy or unauthorized administrator adding the malicious mirror to the official list. Thirdly, review traffic allocation policies for mirrors. It helps to avoid a single mirror gets too much traffic, which could be used by an attacker to launch a big attack on users. Fourthly, use secure connections for mirror synchronization, such as SSH. It can create a secure connection to synchronize with the main repository to prevent an attacker from impersonating the main repository. Fifth, check the versions of the packages. Users should check the versions of the packages recommended by Package Manager and make sure those packages are recent through comparing with multiple sources. This essay was published in 2008, and many improvements have been made from that time on. Now I want to talk about some of the improvements in recent years to reduce mirror attacks on Package Manager. Most of the suggestions suggested in this essay have been implemented. First, I want to talk about the improvements in signature, which includes multi-layer signature, verifying both root metadata and package signature, and using timestamp signatures to prevent replay attacks. Let's take the APT Package Manager as an example. It contains several layers of signature verification. If one fails, the whole process stops right there. The first step is to validate in-release or release signature, and then check the valid until timestamp, and then verify the package file hash, and then verify the package hash. Only all of these signature verification passed, APT moves ahead with package installation. Besides, there are some improvements in architecture. The first one is to set limits on download size, like if a package is suspiciously large or if there's an endless stream of data, the package manager will stop the download to prevent endless data attacks. Secondly, stricter version control and downgrade protection. If you have version 2 installed, the package manager won't let you downgrade to version 1, which might have no security issues, even if someone tries to cheat you into installing it. Thirdly, logfire mechanisms for consistency. A logfire is a snapshot that captures all the exact versions of packages at a specific time. With this logfire, you install exactly the same versions of each package. For example, we have package log.json for npm. Let's look at how the log file works. We can learn that The log file lists the versions of the package, the download URL, and the integrity, which is the package hash. So after the package was downloaded, it will be verified and make sure that the package has not been tampered with. Next, I want to talk about the transportation improvements. HTTPS is set as default, just as the XA suggested, and strength transmission integrity checks is used. The package manager will check not only the hash, but also GPG signature and size of package to make sure the package is not changed by others. Besides, there are also some improvements in mirror management. The first one is cross-validation between mirrors. It will detect whether the mirrors have consistent content. It will spot and flag any suspicious mirror sites. And secondly, enhanced mirror synchronization security by using SSH or check file integrity. Thirdly, mirror source authentication. It helps to make sure the mirror is from a trusted upstream source by a trustworthy source name list or by signature verification. And fourthly, strengthened third-party mirror management. The official will set the standards for the third party to ensure they align with best practice and reduce overall risks. For example, the official may have the requirements for the mirror admit. They should have at least 100 Mbps bandwidth, at least 100 GB storage space, and synchronize every 2 to 4 hours with the official mirror, and provide HTTPS access. And those third-party mirror may be removed from the list for not updated for 72 hours, failed validation for more than 3 times, expired HTTPS certificate. So that's all for the recent improvements, and that's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.